Heathrow Airport. Let's go. That excited buzz that you get when you're at the airport, right? Fun, adventure, another trip. It is just moments away, one ticket at a time.
Alright, cheers.
So, bucket list tick 35 coming up. A natural wonder. I'm not sure technically it's one of the world's natural wonders, but anyway, Niagara Falls from the Canada side. So this one is something obviously pretty obvious why I always want to go there, right? Who hasn't always wanted to go there? So finally it's happening. Nipping over to Canada just for a few days, as you do. Also going to pick up my Canadian parkrun flag when I'm there. Going to go up the CN Tower. Going to do the EDGEWalk on that because hashtag adrenaline, and should be awesome. So looking forward to taking you with me. So just waiting for my flight, and I thought I would drop some fact bombs about Niagara Falls, because I'm pretty sure it's one of those ones which is probably on the bucket list of lots of different people. And I've already learned so much this morning from Wikipedia, because it's actually 3 different falls. It's 3 waterfalls, not just one. The biggest of which is called Horseshoe Falls, also known as the Canadian Falls, and it's a whopping 57 meters high, which is kind of bonkers, right? So we've got like a boat trip booked for that. I think you're actually going to go under the falls and stuff. I'm not entirely sure, so very excited for that. And we've got a it's a whistle stop tour, right? It's a Canadian whistle stop tour, but I'm hoping to take in some of the major sites. We're going to go to the harbour, I think, on Wednesday morning when we get there. Then we're going to go up the CN Tower, which is a really famous landmark in Toronto, and I booked to do the EDGEWalk. So you're kind of like 116 stories up, and you get to go outside on like some little tether, I'm hoping. The weather forecast, not very clever, so we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully then we're going to go and watch a Toronto Bluejays game in the evening, and then Thursday is going to be all day at the falls, and then Friday is the start of the World Cup, and Canada are playing in Toronto. Now we've not got tickets because hashtag FIFA are criminals. However, we are hoping to go and find some suitable establishment to go and watch the game in, and then it's parkrun flag number 13 on Saturday morning before then flying home. So trying to cram in as much as possible. People say you can't go long haul unless you're going to go for weeks, right? But I'm just going to go for 4 days and see what happens. So really excited for that, and I will see you when I step off the plane on the other side in that Canada. Alright, well, touchdown Toronto, and well, that was a hilarious flight. Met some very funny people on the plane. We had a right hoot on the plane there. My new best Canadian friend Dennis, who has given me all the top tips. Dennis, if you ever see this video, you, my friend, are definitely 1 in a million. And anyway, so now we've got to try and work out how to get the couple of trains to the Airbnb, check in, try and stay up and awake a bit so that I actually get to sleep tonight, and then big day tomorrow, CN Tower EDGEWalk, and oh, I don't know, loads of other stuff as well, maybe even a baseball game, who knows at this early juncture. So now to try and find out how to get the hell out of here. Ooh, hello. Okay, so we've made it to the Airbnb, and here comes the fun bit, because I got a message from the guy who owns it saying that the lift is currently out of service, it is being maintained today, it is out of order, and the stairs are the only option. And the apartment is on floor number 16, baby. All the way up there somewhere. Yay! Just what I need after that long haul flight. Well, bit of a false alarm because it turns out the lift was working, so I needn't have worried. This is my view from the Airbnb. So my friend from the plane, Dennis, you'll remember him, he gave me 20 Canadian dollars. I'm not really completely sure why. He said it's something he likes to do, give strangers money. And in fact, he gave the other guy $20 as well. And he told me to go and buy a beer and then send him a picture of me drinking the beer. Wow, who would I be to disappoint my new Canadian friend? So I found somewhere, I think. Let's have a look inside. This one's for you, Dennis. Cheers. Good morning. First full day in Toronto. Weather not great. Light drizzle. So the Mac is on, however, with shorts as well. You couldn't see that, but I am wearing shorts. So today we have got the CN Tower and the awesome EDGEWalk, 116 stories up. And I found out that apparently it's like the highest of its kind in the world. And apparently you get a dedicated number and then you actually get added to the Guinness Book of Records. So technically that will make me a 2-time Guinness World Record holder of sorts, because I also got one before when I did the virtual London Marathon during lockdown, and it was the biggest of its kind, the biggest ever virtual marathon with everyone running it at the same time. So technically that makes me a 2-time world record holder, which is more impressive than the reality of that is. That's a very misinformative painting that has been painted. Painting that has been painted? What? Not enough sleep. Anyway, was up at like 4:30, so I've been pacing around the Airbnb, and now we've got a bit of daylight. I'm going to head into the main drag, meet one of my friends, have a coffee, and see what Toronto has to say for itself today. So let's go. So you will remember Dennis from the plane, and one of the places he recommended to me to maybe check out the football was Dundas Square, which I think is actually the same as where I am now, San Poto Square possibly, which looks a bit like this. To be honest, this time of the morning there are more just sort of like confused crackheads more than any football fans from what I can see. And I've got to be honest, apart from a few little pop-ups, I wouldn't say that World Cup fever is exactly rife from what I have seen so far in Toronto, especially compared to other World Cup host venues that I've been to in previous tournaments. But what is interesting is I think football is quite down the list when it comes to popularity of sport here in Canada. And I learned, again, from Dennis, that actually their number one sport. Now, I would have said ice hockey. What would you have said? I would have said Canada's number one sport, ice hockey, right? No, apparently it's lacrosse. Lacrosse! So maybe that explains some of why. But I mean, they are in the tournament, right? They're hosting it, they're playing, so maybe things will get a bit more lively in the countdown to the first game. Anyway, onward to the coffee shop. Well, sadly the mist put pay to the boat trip, but now it's cleared a bit, so we can go all the way up there. All the way up there, 116 stories, and then we're going to do the EDGEWalk. So That is about half an hour from now. Super excited. It comes with an official video, so hopefully we'll be able to stitch in some footage of that as well.
Thank you, Master. Alright everybody, welcome to the grey, gloomy, windy city of Toronto. We are at the CN Tower, and as you can see them over there, hello everybody, let's look down. Woo! That's a long. We are at the CN Tower, this is the EDGEWalk. And since we all signed up for the EDGEWalk, everybody look down below you. This is a small height of 356 meters from the ground, equivalent to 116 stories high. Not too bad, eh? Now, this is equivalent to 116 stories high. The platform you're about to walk on is 1.5 meters wide. It's the same width as an average sidewalk down there. So you guys know the drill. If you can walk down there, you can definitely walk up here, right? Ryan, let's go. Yep, let go. Hello, Toronto. Round of applause. Woohoo! Nice. Step back. Alright, everybody, how to do the lean back. It all begins with the good old trust. Trust the system. Trust the harness. Trust in yourselves, and finally trust me. Ryan, give me a guess, sir.
Yeah,
have a seat. All the way down, all the way down. Sit down. Amazing. Now, one on for me. Nice, Ryan. Push yourself out. Knees straight, lock them. Let it go, boss. Yeah, like a champ. Give it that. Alright, stay there for me. Alright, Ryan, one step back. Close. Close. Yep. One step forward for you, sir. That's better. Now face me on this side. Now it's time for the last activity I have in store for us. We did tours over Toronto. It was nice and easy. We did the lean back, even more comfortable. Now it's time for the leaning forward. Alright, Ryan, let's go. Alright, Ryan, stay there. Tippy toes for me. Nice, stay there. Alright, Henrik, Suna, Klaus, let's go. Everybody together, let's do this. Alright, let me see the tippy toes. Nice. Alright, everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. You have just completed EDGEWalk, and guess what? By doing EDGEWalk with us today, you participated in a Guinness Book of World Record. EDGEWalk is the highest outdoor platform in the whole world where you walk outside a building with your hands free. Everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you. Alright, thank you. Alright, cheers, mate. Alright, that concludes the walk with me, Joe, as your guide today. City of Toronto looking beautiful as always. It was a pleasure, everybody. Happy birthday, Michelle. Till next time.
Well, EDGEWalk done, and that was sick. I've got the video, paid extra for the download, so I can include all of those. And also, which was very cool, it also included another readmission ticket. So the guy recommended coming back at like sunset. You get to go all the way to the top again. There's a higher bit than actually where you go out on the EDGEWalk. So gonna come back and go to that. And in the interim period, we've also now got some tickets for the baseball tonight. So we're gonna do that as well. So whew, that was thirsty work. So probably gonna go and have a beer somewhere. 18 to 16. Oh, he's in it. Oh, he's in the official documentary.
509 as well. You're good.
Thanks, dude.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome to Thursday, and today is a very exciting day. The official shirt is on, and that can only mean that it is bucket list day today. So super pumped for that. Last night went and checked out the baseball. That was also awesome. Had a really good night. The Bluejays lost. In fact, they got absolutely pummeled, but that did not remove from our enjoyment of the event whatsoever. But today is what this trip really has been about. We are off to Niagara Falls. So yeah, much like probably many, maybe like you, I think this is one of those ones that's probably on like everyone's bucket list, right? Because there's just nothing else like it, or very few other things like it. 57 meter high, 3 waterfalls. We are doing the boat trip as well this afternoon. So we've got to hire a car, go and drive for, I think it's about 2.5 hours, something like that. Apparently we're going to get to go over some mental bridge as we cross, which goes really, really high, and apparently it gets so windy up on there they have to close the outside lanes sometimes for safety, because your car can get moved around by the wind. So let's see if that's the route that Google Maps takes us. So either way, that is the plan for today. Gonna do the boat tour, and yeah, gonna see what other adventures we get up to on the way. Can't really see how big it was.
Garden City Skyway. It's a pretty cool name.
Okay, and we have made it to Niagara Falls. In fact, you might even be able to see it over my shoulder. So we've just parked up the hire car. Thinking of a little wander around. There's an actual full-on town here, which I didn't really realised previously. So we're gonna have a little wander around that, I think. And then we've got our boat tour, and oh my god, you can see a little bit from where I'm standing, just where we're parking the car, and it's phenomenal. So this is going to be awesome. Let's go. Okay, here we go. So here is the big reveal. Well, this is one of the falls. Let's go. Not bad. Alright, so walking along here by the falls, and you can already just feel the water coming up off it. And you've just seen like one of the boats down there, which is where we're going to be going on the cruise, and it literally goes like right into the water. So we are going to get soaking wet. Let's have a little view of the falls. I think this one is Horseshoe, which is the big one. Look at that. Amazing. And we got one side over here, we're obviously on the Canadian side. On the other side, that is New York State. So that is like America, the other side. And you can, I'm not sure if you can see that bridge in the background there. along there, but that will take you over into the States. But we're not getting there. Okay, so boat cruise time, and this is going to be wet, is my prediction. Very, very wet, because it looks like, from seeing them at the top, the boat actually goes pretty much into the falls, all like the foam that's coming up. So this is going to be a damp experience, but grateful for the spray because it is roasting hot today. It's like 29 degrees, so should be good. Welcome to the voiceover, yay! So we have got 3 falls here. Niagara Falls is actually made up of 3, which are the main one, which is the Canadian Horseshoe Falls, which you will see in just a moment, and then also the American Falls and the Bridal Veil. This is the Canadian Horseshoe Falls, and can you believe 700,000 gallons of water per second come down the 167-foot drop during daytime hours. You will see just the little slither on the right here is the Bridal Veil, and then to the left of that, that is the actual American Falls. Unbelievable, and to think that people have been going over that in barrels, which is now illegal and carries a $25,000 fine. Well, that was absolutely sensational, absolutely amazing. Loved every second, absolutely soaking wet. Hopefully some of the footage came out, and hopefully the camera still works enough. It's not technically waterproof. Anyway, that was Niagara Falls number 35, 1 ticket at a time, baby. So it's the last full day of the trip, sadly, and a few reflections on yesterday. The Falls experience was absolutely incredible. Just the energy of everything coming off of, you know, Mother Nature, and yeah, it was a really brilliant experience. But one of the other things was that the experience was also made better because I managed to share it with a couple of my friends. And so many of these bucket lister experiences I've done on my own, but actually the ones that you do with others, everything's, you know, more fun, right? So I really encourage you to, as you're going through the stuff, ticking off the bucket list, see if you can get other people involved. Maybe find out what some of your friends would love to do off of their bucket list. Why not get involved with that? Why not go and do stuff with, you know, your parents if they're still with you, or your kids, or your friends, or whatever it might be? Because honestly, the whole experience, when you then have those shared collective memories, is even higher. So it was absolutely awesome. Loved it today. It's the first day game of the World Cup for Canada, host nation, which is obviously right here in the city. I don't have a ticket, sadly, but I'm absolutely going to go and check out some of it in a watering hole and go and get into the team spirit. And then tomorrow, gonna tick off another parkrun flag while I'm here before I fly home. It has been quite the trip already. 1 ticket at a time. It's time for a side quest. Oh yeah, good morning. Look at this glorious sunshine this morning in Toronto, and today I am at Downsview Park. And the reason I am at Downsview Park is because Saturday morning means it's parkrun day. And one of the other things that I wanted to make sure I did when I came here to Canada, outside of going to see Niagara Falls, which was like the main thing I wanted to do off my bucket list, there's also a couple of other things on my bucket list which this trip can also contribute to. So I am now dubbing them as mini side quests. and 2 of them involve park run. One is completing 250 park runs. Today is going to be, I actually don't know, 120-ish, I think. And one of the other overall ticks on my bucket list is doing a park run in every available country. So getting a park run flag from the little app, which has recently changed, for each different country that you do a park run in. So today, Canada will be flag number 13 out of, I think there's about 27-ish, something like that. So almost halfway on that one. Okay, some degree of relief because I've seen some people and I've just seen the little purple flag, which means I'm in the right place. I did just have a slight panic for a couple of minutes there because I hadn't actually checked if this event was on. So probably the golden rule that probably is, if you're going to travel thousands of miles for a park run, make sure that it's actually scheduled to take place before you get there. So let's go run around a park. That probably seems like a good thing to do on a scorching hot Saturday morning. It's like 20, don't know how many degrees today, at least 20 degrees today. I think it's going to be about 27 again today, so could be a hot one.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I literally, no word of a lie. I literally had a taxi waiting for me to get back because I got the ball.
Well, that was park run done, and I got a little ice lolly. I think they might call them popsicle. I think it's mango flavoured. Someone brought like, I don't know, 80 of them or something with them. Gave them all out, so that was good. First proper park run for 3 months completed. Gotta be honest, that was pretty hard work. But I'm pleased to be back. Now I'm gonna nip back on the subway, go and check out my Airbnb. I'm going to do a bit more exploring on my last day here in Toronto.
Me and Delon at the dog.
Alright, so we're at the Waterfront Soccer House, which is basically like a fan park of sorts. And I'm going to be down here because the last few hours of the time in Toronto, I'm going to go to the islands, which are over there. Down there somewhere, and it's like 5k's worth of islands where there's no cars, and there's just people on bikes, and apparently that is the place for the best view of the skyline, and apparently a wonderful use of your final few hours. So I'm going to head over there now. I'm going to get a water taxi or something similar over there now, and going to have a wander around the islands, my last bit of Toronto. Okay, so just got the little water taxi over to Hanlan's Point, which is the most westerly part of this. But madly, we're right next, this is an airport right here. It does fly international, I understand, to Mexico and to the States, but apart from that, no. And then this is why we've come over. Look at the view of the skyline. Amazing. And this is a series of islands that all go that way. So, I don't know if we're necessarily going to walk the whole thing, but going to go and walk some of it at least for the next few hours. And yeah, I think there's going to be some cool scenery. So yeah, obviously I'll try and record some of that as well, because that's the point, right? Okay, so got a bike to more swiftly get around the islands to try and cover as much ground as possible in the next few hours. And yeah, only $16 for an unlimited 24-hour pass. Brilliant, look at this. Incredibly, about 650 people live here as their permanent place of residence all year round in these crazy little houses. No cars. And the islands even have their own beach. Look at this. And even a church. Crazy. Well, that was a lot of fun on the bicycles, but now you can't take them in the super central part of the main island, so I've had to get rid of the bike, at least for now, and take Shanks's pony for a bit and go and explore the last bit of this before getting a ferry back, which, in good news, is free. And there's some sort of fairground of sorts that they've got over here. So they've got some rides, which I think are mostly for children, but they've also got some sort of a cable car sky ride thing, which actually looks half decent. And I did see it going over earlier when I was on the bike and thought, that looks like fun. And it turns out it goes from up here, there somewhere. Six tickets is $12, and that's about £8. So that feels like that would be a bit of a bargain, really. Okay, so I'm at the airport and I thought I would do somewhat of a wrap-up summary video, or rather piece for the video, just reflecting again on this specific bucket list tick, which was go see Niagara Falls. And for the first time ever on this channel, I'm going to give it a grade, because I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner, to be quite honest. And look, I have loved Canada. It is super friendly, it's really clean, it's safe, it's got loads going on, it's got good shops, it's got good restaurants. It was easy for me to eat on a plant-based diet. Great food variety actually, and it's not all just like, you know, deep fried stuff. It's there's plenty of really nice food. So yeah, really enjoyed pretty much everything about it. And Niagara Falls itself was, you know, it was proper take your breath away stuff. The energy that you can just feel, it was bonkers. So I absolutely loved every moment of it, and I'm so glad I did it. And in case you have been considering going to Niagara Falls, because I suspect it's something quite popular probably on people's bucket list, I would grade it A-. One of my favourite trips so far. Definitely the experience was enhanced by the fact that a couple of my mates were here and we had quite a few different bits going on, and as you saw, crammed quite a lot in even though we were only here for a few days. So A- is a grade. there we go. We've got some sort of bar, a standard. Next up is going to be the North Coast 500 next month. Can't wait for that either. If you've enjoyed this video and you would like to see more of my adventures, then please go ahead and like the video and subscribe so you get notifications of future ones. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video, one tick at a time.